I wake up in Charlottetown, the capital of Prince Edward Island and birthplace of the Canadian Confederation. This is an attractive and celebrated seaside town, and locals have a real sense of pride for their home. There are constant festivities and celebrations, with one of the most popular being the International Shellfish Festival every fall that highlights PEI oysters, lobsters, and mussels. There's a huge oyster shucking contest too. Well, I can't even shuck one, but I do plan on eating some. Excellent news. My first stop is to the Merchantman pub nearby, where my guide Corinne introduces me to Chef Adam Liu. Growing up in a farming family, the chef is devoted to all things local and sustainable, and is a terrific oyster shucker too. He shucks a whole bunch for me to try. Lucky limes, pickle points, raspberry points, and shiny seas. So fresh, salty, and lip-smacking good. Look at those. So Chef Adam, I have a bunch of oysters here. They're all locally sourced oysters?
They are, yep. They all come from PEI. We have 4 different kinds here, and basically they all come from the same bay, but they're farmed in different levels in different places in the water to make them look a little different and taste a little bit different. So some are a little sweeter. There's one that's actually a little bit smaller than another one. They're all just different sizes. So if you want to try one, this here's our Lucky Lime. If you want to try right off the center.
I'm a purist. Got the lemon.
We got the lemon in there. We try to keep it simple and fresh here.
Nice and briny.
And then this one here is called a Shiny Sea.
It's a little saltier to me.
And then this one here is our raspberry.
So smooth.
If you want to try it.
I heard that there are, I could be wrong, but I thought I heard that there were like 5 species of oyster.
Yep.
So the Pacific Northwest has theirs. These are the East Coast ones.
That's right, yeah. They're all a little bit different. These here are known to be, these are fairly well-known oysters. They're quite available around in Eastern Canada.
That one's like more, I like that one. It's really intensely nice.
Here's our pickle points if you want to try them. So the pickle points and the raspberry points are probably our most common ones that are purchased that people like to try. But they're pretty popular. Everybody likes to try a variety of them, and we try to serve them together. So.
And what's the season for oysters here?
I honestly don't even know the whole length of it. I know that we can get them pretty much year-round here, so just on the different
You're in the right place.
Yeah, that's right.
This one, yeah. And everything's like locally sourced, and I heard how important that is for people around here.
Very important here, and because we have so much available, the lobster, the crab, the oysters, the mussels, they're all local here, so very easy to put all that together on a menu, and then we pair it up with some local farmers, and we can sort of make as much locally focused menu as we can. So.
And you're a farm boy, yeah?
I am, yeah, born and raised on a farm here, yep.
So you got the right knowledge to move it along?
I do, yeah. I grew up with a lot of my friends that I grew up with are now suppliers, farmers out there now, so it makes it very easy for me to make my connections to get the product that I want that's locally sourced.
I probably shouldn't leave these oysters.
No,
unless you want one.
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
I'll follow you.
If you're an oyster lover like me, Prince Edward Island is the place to be. How great to know you can get them here all year round. I'm told I'm now headed to get a lobster hauling lesson, but on the way, we spot a restaurant that Corinne tells me serves poutine 23 different ways. If you haven't heard of poutine, it's this decadent Canadian dish made with French fries, gravy, and cheese curds. And in this case, imagine that concoction along with turkey and stuffing, or pulled pork, or chili. Eating about a quarter of what was served was more than enough. I had the turkey, and it was just like having the entire Thanksgiving meal, minus the cranberry sauce. Now on very full stomachs, Corinne and I head over to meet with Captain Kenny of Prince Edward Boat Tours for a short tour around the river and a lesson on how to catch lobsters. There are different periods of time when lobster fishermen are allowed to actually fish for lobster, and this wasn't one of them, so the demonstration was all we could do. So Captain, you're gonna show me what we're gonna do today?
Yeah,
the
sure.
lobsters?
Yeah,
Yes?
we're gonna go haul a lobster trap up here shortly, and our buoy is blue and white,
Uh-huh.
so we have 2 on there, and we'll haul some gear and and see if we got any fish.
Cool. I love eating lobster, but to find out how to actually get them will be exciting for me.
They're very tasty. I love them myself. Yeah.
And Canadian ones are the best, right?
For sure.
My grandfather would be very proud of me. He'd be 120 years old today if he seen me hauling a lobster trap like this. He'd be proud because this is the way he used to haul them. So hopefully we have a good catch today. Okay.
A little bit of exercise as I help bring that cage up.
There we go. Whoa, look at that.
Hey, there's somebody. Hello. Wow, he's a beauty.
He doesn't want to let go.
Nope. He likes it in there. Wow, he's a big one.
So there's a lobster.
Cool.
We did pretty good today. That's probably about close to a 2-pound lobster right there.
Wow, he's a biggie, yeah.
Yeah. If every trap had one of these in it, we'd do pretty good today.
Good eating.
Yeah. You see the difference in the claws?
Yeah.
This is a crusher, so when the lobster wants to eat,
right.
you'll crush everything open with that, whether it be
I didn't realize they were different like that.
crabs or stuff to break open. This one here is more like a knife, and it's for tearing the bait apart, like mackerel and anything softer. You can tear apart with that. And they're very strong, so if you get bit with one,
You're in trouble.
you're going to say ow. We'll set the trap again, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have more.
Thanks for the lesson, but I think I'll leave the lobster hauling to the professionals. It's time for some refreshments at the Prince Edward Island Brewery. What better way to finish off the day than a few brews?
So we call it like our hospitality room.
This brand new state-of-the-art brewery uses only all-natural ingredients, producing handcrafted ales, lagers, and limited edition beers. What a great lesson in beer making here. Everything is labeled, from the huge silos where the grain is milled, to the mash mixer, the malt conveyor, the kettles, and so on. It's a real beer processing 101 for anyone who wants to know. After my short tour with Greg, it's time to taste. He's got a nice lineup for me of a few seasonal ales.
Perfect. So yeah, these are some of the beers that we have on tap here. We have the Island Red here, which you'll notice that is amber in color.
Yeah, I like amber.
Yeah, it sort of has caramel overtones to it. This one, these three are actually our seasonal beers. So this is our blueberry. You'll notice that kind of has a blueberry smell, but you'll notice most of it when you taste it on the back of your tongue.
When you
so,
okay.
yeah.
I'll wait to taste till you tell me what order. But
Yeah, for sure. So if we want to start the tasting, we'll start here with the lobster.
okay, lobster.
Our lobster ale. So
that's
yeah.
obviously a seasonal one.
It is, yeah. It's we did a run of it now. It's in a wine bottle. You'll notice that it's kind of got like a wine taste to it. It's kind of dry.
It is dry.
Yeah, it's mainly used as a palate cleanser for whenever people are eating lobster. Although there is about as much lobster as my fingernail in there. So yeah.
But yeah, you get like the kind of thing you get from champagne. There's a dryness,
Exactly.
like a yeastiness, and that's really so that's kind of good to start your night off with your.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a light beer. It's yeah. Yeah, it's good just to wipe away the flavor of lobster to prepare you for the next bite of
Good
it.
one.
So yeah.
Nice.
This one here is our mango. It was yeah, your favorite.
That's the one.
So yeah, it has mangoes in it, mango extract, and yeah, it gives off a nice light taste at the end of it.
With that tropical, delicious.
And then our blueberry one here that you'll have to give a taste to.
Yeah, I need a minute. That one's really good.
Yeah.
So what's the history of PEI Brewery? I mean, how long has it been?
The brewing company actually started in about 1997. Kevin Murphy, who's still one of the owners today. Can you notice it on the back of your tongue? Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah. It just, and there's some that are very perfumey, but this one just gets you right at the end, but you definitely know that it's blueberry.
That's
so.
good. How many beers do you make here? I forgot.
We had 9 on tap right now. We have 5 that end up in the bottles, and we do some seasonals as well too. So.
This is the, which one is this one?
That's the Island Red.
Island Red, that's really nice.
Yeah, and it's red like the color of our sandstone. So.
Yeah, you do. You have that crazy colored soil here.
Yeah.
It's really good. So I'll toast you with, which one should I toast you with? We'll go with the
blueberry.
Oh, those are my blueberry.
That one's your blueberry.
Yes, go with the
Do you
blueberry.
want your mango?
I'll finish that one after I toast you with
Sounds
blueberry.
good.
Okay, cheers,
Perfect.
thanks. Now I'll do the mango.
Sure.
I have to finish with the mango.
Oh, of course.
What a great idea.
It's
Love it.
nice summer beers.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Delish.